Nolan McLean from Oklahoma State, pick 91 overall for the Mets, right-handed pitcher and outfielder, and a guy that, by all accounts, seems to have big league power. He also has immense swing and miss ability going on right now. I believe when he was a sophomore, he struck out 107 times. That was a D1 record on 64 games, but insane power. He was drafted by the Orioles last year as a pitcher. A lot of analysts and scouts have talked about how pitching is his long-term home as much as he has insane home run power. Joe, I'm already giving him the nickname coming out of Oklahoma State. This is Cowboy Ohtani right here, Nolan McLean. And what's pretty cool here for the Mets, a lot of people thought no matter where he got drafted, it would be, okay, time for you to focus on being a pitcher, probably a reliever. The Mets have been public that they are going to let him try to do both and maybe cut down on some of that massive swing and miss, because the potential rewards in terms of how much raw power this guy has is worth trying that. We know, is somebody that seems very interested in trying both. And Joe, also the upside with his arm as well. So what did you think of this third round pick of a two-way player?
Like you said, he was a third round pick by the Orioles last year, and something happened with the post draft physical. So we'll want to keep an eye on the medicals. I don't know exactly what occurred, but obviously the Orioles weren't comfortable and they let him go back into the draft this year. Like you said, Connor, he actually prefers hitting over pitching. But this is some of the best raw power in the class. He hit a 470 something foot home run this year to right center.
Cowboy Ohtani.
Problem is he struck out in 37.3% of his plate appearances this year. And that's obviously not sustainable. And you imagine in pro ball, that's not something that would get better than it was in college. But certainly the Mets have the plan to let him try to play both ways. His upside is definitely more as a pitcher, where he's been a reliever at Oklahoma State, and he sits 94 to 96. He'll touch 98. He has a slider and a curveball, both power pitches that flash RPMs near 3,000. So these are potential plus offerings. So he has the potential for 3+ pitches. The only thing is he's been exclusively a reliever at Oklahoma State. So you wonder, if would the Mets consider trying him as a starter,